I had a speech class in college, and my speech was about why the Dallas Cowboys won't win another Super Bowl until Jerry Jones passes away, and it still stands.
That's hey.
And
and
it, and it, and
and
it still stands.
what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Two Peas in a Pod with Tim and Ryan. As always, I'm Tim. That's my dog, my brother, my brethren, and probably somebody that's a really happy Lakers fan right now. My guy Frank Dank, or Ryan, aka Frank Dank, I should say. How you doing this
Or
evening,
Frank,
dog?
or frankly Ryan. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm tired, but shit, I
Mhm.
can't complain. Another day. Be on this earth is a blessing, so I
Yeah,
ain't got nothing, no complaints, nothing to stress about.
I heard that, man. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm actually got an appointment tomorrow to get me some new, you know what I'm saying, some new eyeglasses. I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna go ahead and do the transitions, save me some money, get the glasses that turn into sunglasses whenever you go outside. I don't give a fuck
yeah.
what y'all say. Yeah, I will be inside looking like Cyclops. Y'all can kiss my ass. But I promise you,
Well,
I probably paid less for my glasses and my transition sunglasses than you did for both of your glasses put together. So
what,
hmm.
what are you in third grade? No, bitch, I'm protecting my eyes. Fuck you. That's what the
Fuck you,
fuck.
fuck you, kid. I'm protecting my eyes and my wallet. Okay, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
stupid,
both my eyes and my wallet are gonna thank me at the same time.
stupid bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
But as I was mentioning in the beginning of the episode, man, how you feeling? I know you talked about you. I know you bitched and griped about Jeannie Buss for quite some time. They finally go ahead, gave her, they they let her walk. Well, she didn't even walk. She just said, you know what, I can't do this shit anymore.
She still on the team. She just don't do nothing. She just like the figurehead, basically.
Yeah, well, they said she was gonna be able to keep her like her. She's still gonna be like her. She's still gonna do her governor's job.
Yeah, which is I guess pay the bills like what she was doing before she got. Anyway, yeah. To be completely honest with you, she made a splash in the beginning. She got LeBron, then she hired Magic, and then what Magic did with that team he put together. If COVID wouldn't have happened, we still would have won. I don't give a fuck what nobody's talking about. If you ask me, winning a championship in the bubble is more difficult than a regular fucking season because you got to play these motherfuckers. There's no crowd and there's all distractions. You don't know if the world is going to end, shit like that. But I'm happy to see what happens. I'm happy to see the next level. Hopefully, we can get some key pieces, some key players. You know, add some depth where we could play 9, 10 fucking people. In the series and win the series because you don't know who gonna hit some shots. Not just all on LeBron and Luca. You gotta throw some pieces around Luca. That's how Luca is Luca. When you got to be concerned about shit, if we leave this dude open on the outside, what's gonna happen. So then now you got to play him honest. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah, I mean they did set they. I mean at least y'all didn't set a team to just anybody. I mean y'all sold the team to Mark Walter. Mark Walter, he pretty much runs LA. You saw what he's been able to do with the Dodgers the last like 4 or 5 years. He's getting all the stars to fucking LA. He's getting LA. He's trying his best to get LA to be in the epicenter of all the stars again. So the I still don't like you motherfuckers, but as a sports fan and as a basketball fan, it's a good move. It's a good move for the Lakers.
No motherfucking shit. I wasn't even mad. I was more surprised than anything. I'm like, damn. But shit, 10 billion. I'd sell that motherfucker too.
Right. Well, let's just see what happens this offseason and let's see who we gonna bring in out that motherfucker.
Yes, we are. Yes.
All right, so something I've been wanting to talk about that we actually haven't gotten a chance to talk about, but they have officially made flag football an official sport of the Olympics, and since that since that has been, that's been made an official sport of the Olympics, Ron, I'm finna put you on the spot, dog. If you had to put a team together, a flag football team together, I'm talking about it could be anybody, it could be past players, present players, like any players that you can think of. I want you to give me your dream 20, not 2025, but give me your dream flag football team. Keep in mind, this is flag football, not tackle. And you can have anybody. So yeah, I'm gonna let you have at it. What is your dream flag football lineup or team?
Shit. Let me get Cam Newton at quarterback. Let me get let me get T.O. and Randy Moss on the outside. Let me get Florida, Aaron Hernandez. And shit, let me get do I do two running backs or how
You
does
can do
that?
two. You can do two.
Let me get Adrian Peterson and Marshall Faulk
Okay. Okay.
in the backfield.
I ain't mad at that. So who'd you have on the outside? You had T1 Randy Moss.
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So since we talking this flag football, since we talking flag football, for flag football, my QB, I gotta go Kyler. I gotta go Kyler Murray, bro. You can't touch him. You can't tackle him. Yeah, I'll take Kyler all day. My running
Is it a
back,
5 second rule?
I think so. I think it's a five. Well,
Oh
we just we,
shit.
we just throwing some names out there. But yeah, my
Right.
QB, I'm definitely going. I'm for sure going Kyler Murray, and my backup is gonna be Mike Vick. So, running backs, my running backs, because it's flag football and not tackle football. I need some guys that's quick and elusive. So, I'm gonna go Shady McCoy, and this is another tough one because there's a couple different running backs I can go here. But yeah, give me Shady McCoy and give me Reggie Bush. There's flag football now. There's flag football we talking. Give me Shady McCoy and give me Reggie Bush.
Two excellent catching running backs. Yeah, that's pretty good.
For my wide receivers, you took one of the ones I was going to use, you motherfucker. Uh this is where it's tough. Since we talking flag football, I got to go with somebody that got one of the greatest highlights tapes of all time. Give me Tavon Austin. We talking about this flag football. Give me Tavon Austin, and this is where it get tough at, man. Tavon and mm, give me Devontae Adams. Them
Oh,
releases is gonna be
oh,
crazy.
the footwork. Yeah. Are we doing four wide receivers or just two? We
Just two,
what?
just two.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yep. And
okay,
then my tight
okay.
my tight end. Ugh, damn, there's so many good ones. You know, fuck that. Give me Antonio Gates. Give me my tight end. Give me Gates. Give me Antonio Gates.
Sure hand, sure hand, sure hand.
Yep.
I'm not mad at that. Fuck you.
And when they get to talking about some of the greatest tight ends of all time, let's not forget Antonio. I think Antonio Gates got what I think first or second all time in yards.
He's definitely top five.
Yeah. So let's not sleep on Big Gates now. Let's not sleep on Big
And
Gates.
then my backup quarterback would probably be Lamar Jackson.
I ain't mad at that. I mean, for flag football, hell yeah, hell yeah. You can't touch them. You motherfucker, you cannot touch the motherfucker.
Yep. All right, let's get into these shenanigans of the NFC
All right. So
East.
for those of y'all that for those of y'all that are wondering what division we talking about, it is the NFC East this week. And y'all, what I'm saying? Y'all know what this division is. I ain't even gotta talk about it. So me and Ryan are gonna go, we're gonna talk about the teams in order from worst to first.
All right, let's look at what the New York Giants did in the 2025 draft. In the first round, I got edge rusher Abdul Carter, a great pickup. Also in the first round, I got quarterback Jackson Dart and Ole Miss. Should have been Shador Sanders at the worst. In the third round, I got defensive tackle Darius Alexander out of Toledo. Fourth round, they got running back out of Arizona, Cam Scatterboo. They're gonna probably run him in the dirt. Fifth round, they got offensive tackle Marcus Mimbo out of Purdue. Seventh, they got tight end Thomas Andon. The second out of I'm sorry for I know I pronounced his name terribly wrong. Out of Nebraska, and their seventh round pick was cornerback Corey Black out of Oklahoma State. Um, if I had to give this a grade, outside of Scatterboo and Abdul Carter, I'd probably give this a D minus because Jackson Dart showed you when the game matters. Because you pretty much drafted him, to potentially be the guy later on down the road so he can learn how to be a quarterback and be a professional. So basically, when he comes in the game at any point in this season, it's probably going to be when the season is over or when it's in the crucial moments. And he's proven in the serious moments that he's gonna, fuck it up for you. But I mean, hey, there were five quarterbacks selected in the NFL draft before Shador Sanders, and he was one of them. Running back Cam Scatterboo, he can catch. He's not the fastest, but in the open field, he's very hard to tackle. That could be an excellent piece to the New York Giants. I know that they've been dying to have a running game for years. Shout out to my boy Eric Grado. You did. But you know, we'll have to we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this pans out. But historically, the Giants do terrible in the fucking draft. So what you see is what you get, really, with them.
I actually disagree with you, bro. I think I will actually give their draft. You gonna look at me crazy when I say this, but I'm gonna give their draft to A minus. Simply because I love, bro, putting Abdul Carter. I'm gonna have to wait to talk about that one because I'm actually really excited about that. But maybe not an A minus, but maybe a B because I do think they could have made a better. I do think they could have made a better selection at QB. I'm not totally sold on Jackson Dart yet. I'm really not. I mean, it was rumors that my Steelers was gonna take him, and I was kind of hoping not. The Cam Scatterboo pick. I mean, I can't say enough about that kid, man. He honestly, I think a guy like that in New York, I think he's gonna fit right in. I do. I think he's gonna fit right in, and I'm excited to see what he can do with this, with this Giants offense. Now let's talk about some roster movement on this Giants team. Some key departures for this team: quarterback Drew Lock, linebacker Isaiah Simmons, cornerback Adoree Jackson, edge rusher Aziz Al-Ajari, safety Jason Pinnock. Some key additions for this team: Ray Robertson Harris, defensive line, quarterback Jameis Winston, quarterback Russell Wilson, safety Javon Holland, linebacker Chris Board, cornerback Paulson Adebo, edge rusher Chauncey Golston. Ryan, what are you making of this Giants team this year? And, how do you see the season playing out for them?
They might triple it. Instead of winning 3 games, they're gonna win 9.
Okay. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Depending on quarterback play. Now, I'm still a Russell Wilson fan. I still feel like Russell Wilson can produce in the NFL. He showed it last year with the Steelers. The Steelers should have re-signed him, but whatever. They got their guy, and we're gonna have to see. I feel like in order to have a quarterback of Russell Wilson's caliber, you're gonna need to have a show offensive line, and that was one of their biggest problems last year. Was offensive line. You can't really move the ball if you don't have anyone blocking for you. That's why I gave the draft a D minus because where did you get better in the offensive line
Okay, that's fair. I didn't
besides
think
of the
about that. I didn't
offensive
think about that.
tackle? You got an offensive tackle in the fifth fucking round. Okay, I mean, there's jewels, there's jewels in every round of the draft. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. But I'm not really over enthused about what the Giants did. They never really do anything that stands out to me in the draft. They'll get
So
one superstar caliber player, and then yeah.
So I'm really wondering what the plan is. Obviously, they drafted Jackson Dart, so I'm really wondering what the fucking plan is to work him into the lineup. Like, okay, obviously Russell Wilson's probably going to start. So what is it? Y'all going to start Russell Wilson until Russell Wilson get hurt? Then you're going to play Jameis Winston until he throws fucking 5, 6 picks and then you're gonna throw Jackson Dart in. I guess that's what that is. Or either what they're doing is they're gonna start Russell Wilson. They're gonna use Jameis Winston as a vet for Jackson Dart to learn under, just so see how, and for him to sit and watch the game, so they don't have to just throw him out there. So there's that. As far as the Abdul Carter pick, bro, I love the Abdul Carter pairing with Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and who's the other guy they got? God of fucking Oregon. I can't think of his name. Kayvon Thibodeau. If you're a quarterback in the NFC East or you're a quarterback facing this Giants team, good luck trying to block all four of them motherfuckers. They are definitely going to keep offensive linemen and offensive line coaches up late at night trying to figure out how to fucking guard this team. But I do think the Giants are going to be much better than what they were last year, than they were the last couple of years, because obviously, I mean, they're big. We all saw Daniel Jones just wasn't it. Still don't understand why they paid him all that fucking money, but hey, that's where, that makes for another story. The Cam Scat, and then what Cam Scatterbu coming in, I think he's gonna come right in and he's gonna fit right in that offense. I think he's gonna fit. I think he's gonna come in. He's gonna play big minutes, make big plays, and I think he's gonna be a guy that he's gonna be around in this league for quite some time, just by the way he plays. I think the way he plays, that motherfucker's NFL ready already, all fucking ready. So I
This
will.
motherfucker gonna be Peyton Hillis.
That's good. That's a fucked up comparison.
I mean, he had that one crazy ass year, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying their styles are kind of similar to me.
They really are. They're two fucking bowling balls coming out of the backfield. All right, Ryan, go ahead. This your favorite team. Go and take them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing America's backwater team, the Dallas Cowboys. They haven't won a Super Bowl in 30. Anyway, so let's get at it. In the first round, I go offensive guard Tyler Booker out of Alabama. That's a pretty good pickup, not gonna lie. They get an edge rusher, Donovan. I'm not even going to attempt to say that young man's last name out of Boston College. Third round, they get cornerback Savon Reveal out of East Carolina. Okay. Fifth round, they get running back Jaden Blue out of Texas. Pretty solid pickup. Also in the fifth round, they get linebacker Shamar James out of Florida. It's a pretty solid pickup. In the sixth round, they get offensive tackle out of Oregon, Anjay Cornelius. I'm sorry, sir. I'm gonna call you AJ for the purposes of this. And then there are three seventh round picks to get defensive tackle Jay Tua or Tuola or Tia or I'm sorry, sir, out of UCLA. And they get running back Phil Maffa out of Clemson. And they get defensive tackle Tommy out of Maryland. Honestly, yeah, I would give the Dallas Cowboys draft an A. I give it an A minus, an A. They address needs. With homie retiring, they got a good offensive guard from a good school. They got They got another good offensive lineman out of another good school in Oregon that produces offensive linemen. Um, I haven't watched enough Boston College, but if that's the edge rusher that was causing havoc uh, in that Florida State game, yeah. Uh, uh, Jaden Blue out of Texas is another solid pickup. Shamar James out of Florida. I mean, if you want to talk about one of the highlights of Florida season last year was his style of play, how he played. I mean, at least you knew he was going to show up, every week when Florida played. Overall, yeah, I'll give Dallas an A in the draft. They addressed some needs, really pretty much everywhere they needed their needs met. They added depth. Let's see with yet another head coach and offensive coordinator how this shit is going to look. You can't really build something if you don't have the continuity. Firing McCarthy made no sense. This
Hold on, Ryan.
motherfucker
Hold
had
on. Hold on. My bad. I will give. I agree with you. I give Dallas's draft A because I mean we said we bitched at them all last year, all last off season. Y'all didn't get no fucking running back. They didn't get no running back. They couldn't run the fucking ball because the offensive line was trash. So I guess Jerry Jones finally listened to everybody. And this, he got what 2-3 running backs in his draft, and he loaded up on offensive linemen. So he's probably trying to get back to that power running shit that he was doing with Zeke. I just hope that whatever running back does emerge out of the backfield this offseason, they don't run motherfuckers into the ground. Like kind of like they did Zeke and every other fucking running back that they've had. But some go ahead.
No, you got to keep the departures.
So some roster movement for the Dallas Cowboys this season. I will give Jerry Jones this. I guess he finally did go all in. But some key departures for this team: edge rusher DeMarcus Lawrence, wide receiver Brandon Cooks, cornerback Jordan Lewis, quarterback Cooper Rush, edge rusher Chauncey Golston. Some key additions for this team: wide receiver George Pickens. It pains me to say that, and you're gonna end in him and Dallas Cowboys in the same fucking sentence. Linebacker.
Hold on. I just would have made so much sense to keep him if you're gonna get Eric. Go ahead.
Yeah. Please don't give me. I don't even, bro. Don't. But some key additions for Dallas: wide receiver George Pickens, linebacker Kenneth Murray, running back Miles Sanders, cornerback Kyer Elam, edge rusher Dante Fowler, edge rusher, defensive lineman Peyton Turner, defensive lineman Solomon Thomas, running back Javonte Williams, offensive lineman Robert Jones, and quarterback Joe Milton. Ryan, I know you always look forward to taking off on the Cowboys, so you go ahead, take off, brother. Oh, and new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, who was formerly the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys, and new defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus, who was the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Now, once again, Ryan, I know how much you love taking off on the Cowboys, so go ahead, take off.
All right. Well, okay. I forgot. I've so far moved paying attention to Dallas Cowboys shit. Okay, you hired your offensive coordinator to be the head coach, so he's gonna at least call plays or have a major influence on the plays this coming season. Um, what was the Bears defense decent last year?
Yeah, they were. Bears defense has been good the last couple of years. It's just the motherfucker didn't know how to call plays on offense.
Okay. I mean, you fire your head coach for no reason. I mean, your quarterback goes down early, and then now, firing your head coach, I don't really feel like solves anything. But the Dallas Cowboys always have talented players that then they always underachieve. And it's kind of like, well, should we go ahead and get this started now? The Cowboys have been eliminated out of the playoffs or playoff contention or out of the playoffs or however you want to look at it. I do see Dallas having a better year than they did last year. I see, CD being able to get back to the year he had the year before last year. Now there's another threat on the field. It's not just all CD. So we'll see. I'm interested to see what Joe Milton does in the preseason. I will be watching just to see what he does because he's a phenomenal athlete, and I feel like he just needs a chance to show what he can do on the football field. So that would be very nice to see. But overall, Dallas had a decent draft, but Dallas usually does have a decent draft, at least on paper. So we're left with wondering, okay, like, how's it going to play out? Are they going to start off hot and then hit this cold streak, or are they going to start off slow and get hot later on? But ultimately, this all boils down to play of Dak Prescott and how the offensive line is doing. So, yeah, here we go. We'll see.
So I'm actually going. I'm gonna speak positive about Dallas. I think they had honestly one of the best off seasons in a very long fucking time. Jerry Jones finally goes all in. I will give him that. I don't agree with the firing of the head coach because I mean ultimately last season we all know what happened. It was Dak Prescott went down and it was pretty much him and CD. That's all the fuck they had. They couldn't run the ball. Offensive lineman couldn't block, which is ultimately what got Dak hurt in the first place. And he did everything he could to address that. Not to mention, building up the defense. He did solid linebacker and Kenneth Murray, and then going to get another edge rusher to put on side of Michael Parsons. But I will say this, Michael Parsons, you gotta come back this last season. You didn't play terrible, but you didn't play great. So you really got to come through this season. Also, Dak Prescott, no more excuses, bro. They just made you the highest fucking QB in the NFL. They went and got you another weapon, a great fucking weapon in George Pickens to go alongside the CD. And then they got a ton of fucking running backs. The whole running back situation is kind of we're gonna throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. That's literally what it is. I love the Dallas Cowboys running back room. I will say that Javonte Williams had a big year when he was with Denver, and his first couple years in Denver, he was a great player. He just got hurt in that third year, and he wasn't himself. And then they're going to get Jaden Blue out of Texas. They got a old and they got a good combination of old and new. So I will be excited to see this Dallas Cowboys offense, especially with George Pickens and CD, bro. That's gonna be a hell of a combination to watch. George Pickens, his ball tracking skills, he has great hands. He's a pretty decent route runner. I just hope he can keep his fucking head together. But as I said before, George Pickens' personality and his style of play, I think he's a perfect fit for Dallas. In a city like that, playing for a team like Dallas on the biggest stage, I think he's a perfect fit for Dallas. I will say I'm scratching my head at the head coaching decision because it was just like Jerry didn't even try. He didn't even try to search for another. He was just like, you know what? Here, you take it, bro. You take it,
bro.
You've been here already. I don't feel like bringing in nobody. Dude, I'm already used to you. I know your dad. Come on, bro. But I've worked with Marty before, so Brian, you go ahead, you take over.
Marty Schottenheimer.
But you fuck up. You see what I did to the last couple head coaches? Did you? You're not gonna get that kind of freedom.
Fam,
go ahead.
As soon as Sean Payton's name was in the mix to be the next Dallas Cowboys head coach, this motherfucker went. Where did he go? Fox or CBS? He went to media. Let's leave it there. That's how undesirable being a Dallas head coach is. It's like, okay, I got to run the plays Jerry wants, and if I don't do what Jerry likes, I get fired. It's like honestly, you can look at it two ways when you look at the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people are gonna look at it the curse of Randy Moss. I'm looking at it the curse of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you can say what you want about Switzer, but Switzer inherited a Ferrari that was in mint condition. Don't fuck it up. Then that's what it was, and that's how he got a Super Bowl ring out of it. But I just want to touch on this one point, and we can move on. But letting DeMarcus Lawrence bounce, I mean, then the shit he said, and then it's like, did he lie?
Yeah.
Did he lie? You niggas ain't like, no, I'm tired of being around here. I've been here long enough. I want to go somewhere else. It's a change of fucking scenery. Shit.
Fucking sick of it. I'm tired of it. Can't take it no more.
But I digress. Okay. I had a speech class in college, and my speech was about why the Dallas Cowboys won't win another Super Bowl until Jerry Jones passes away, and it still stands.
That's hey.
And it still stands.
If y'all watched the podcast last year, he did touch on that and talk about it a lot more. So go back and watch that episode. If you're feeling froggy, go hop on go and scroll past. You know what I'm saying? Look at the other videos while you're at it too. But yeah, go back and watch that episode.
I mean, when LeBron denounced them niggas. Everybody know LeBron was a big Dallas Cowboys fan. He don't fuck with Dallas. That's interesting.
Yep.
But what you gonna do, right?
Yep, that's true. Let's move on for you fucking pop a blood vessel.
I'm not popping the blood vessel over Dallas. Shit, it's a foregone conclusion. Dallas is a dumpster fire that looks pretty.
That's fair.
All right.
All right, next up, we got the Washington Commanders. Well, I'm sorry, Brian. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Let's get. I'm gonna take that out.
All right, now we got the Washington Commanders who had a very surprising and good season. They didn't really get a whole bunch of draft picks, but we'll see what they did. All right, they got an offensive tackle, Josh Crownlerly. out of Oregon, a good pickup, solid pickup. Second round cornerback Trey Amos out of Miss Ole Miss, good pickup. Wide receiver Jalen Lane, Virginia Tech. I don't know much about that. Can't make a comment on that. Linebacker Kane Medrano, UCLA. UCLA came on strong at the end of last year, so yeah, he was one of them boys. I don't make a play. And then seventh, we got running back Jory Crosskey Merritt out of Arizona. Eh, I'm gonna give this draft a C minus. I guess they gave up some draft picks to get somebody, which is why they have this lackluster draft. Tim, what
Right.
else did they do in the offseason?
All right, so some key departures for the Washington Commanders this offseason. Defensive lineman Jonathan Allen, safety Jeremy Chin, edge rusher Dante Fowler, left tackle Cornelius Lucas, wide receiver Olamide Zacchaeus, cornerback Benjamin St. Juice, wide receiver De'Ami Brown, linebacker Michael Walker. Some key additions for his team: offensive lineman Laramie Tunzel, wide receiver Debo Samuel, cornerback Jonathan Jones, defensive lineman Javon Kinlaw, edge rusher Dietrich Wise, kicker Matt Gay, offensive lineman Nate Herbig, and safety Will Harris. Ryan, what do you make of the Washington Commanders this season, this upcoming season, and what do you think what's your outlook for them this upcoming 2025 season?
Don't expect that shit last year happened in this year. They got a whole year of tape watching that skinny motherfucker fly around and make plays and all that good shit, and then you saw what happened in the playoff game. It's the it's usually part of what happens with young quarterbacks that have great rookie seasons or great first year starting seasons. That second year don't look so, don't look the same, don't feel the same. And you question, do we make the right decision with this guy and blah 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 blah. They'll be fine. I still think the Washington can squeeze in a wild card spot. But I don't think they're going to be as explosive. I mean, they still got some key pieces that's still on the team now. Don't get it twisted, but like, can they keep that continuity up? I mean, that's going to be the question for everybody that had a good season last year. So with that being said, I'm not really overly impressed with what the Commanders did. They did add some pieces in areas that they needed, but I don't see how it's going to affect, the overall play and how they did. But I will give their draft a C plus.
Okay, okay, I ain't mad at that. Um, I do still think the Washington Commanders will be a good team next year. I'm not expecting them to, make the NFC Conference Championship again. I think I don't even know if I can call that luck of the draw because they just, I saw them being as good as they were last season. I didn't see them doing what they did. So,
Hmm.
like, I don't, saying do I see them, being in contention for a wild card spot? Absolutely, absolutely. I do still think that they'll be a fun team to watch. I'm expecting Jaden Daniels to get even better in his second year, and I'm hoping he don't hit a sophomore slump. But only time will tell, man. It's I will say this. I think I do think as long as Terry McLaurin's still there because he's going through a contract dispute, I do think that
Hmm.
Debo Samuel will possibly get back to the Debo that we've seen in San Francisco. But I I'm with what I miss. I try not to make too much of the training camp videos and whatnot, but it's like Debo, all right, now dog, like you're starting to look more like Debo now. Like all right, you're not in California no more, motherfucker. So
It
it,
gets cold.
it gets very cold up there. So yeah, it's better catch the ball this year. I'm gonna say that much. Leave it at that. I will leave
That
it at
nigga's that nigga's a glorified running back, but all right.
that. All right, and last but not least, Ryan, we got the last team. Go ahead and take them.
The reigning, defending Super Bowl champions Philadelphia Eagles. First round, they get linebacker Jaheed Campbell out of Alabama. Solid pickup. Second round, they get safety Andrew Makabu out of Texas. Fourth round, they get defensive tackle Ty Robinson out of Nebraska. Fifth round cornerback Mac McWilliams out of UCF. Solid pickup because you know how they sling the ball in the Big 12. Good cover skills. Fifth round linebacker Samuel Martin Jr. out of Georgia. He came out of Georgia, so expect him to make an impact instantly. Center Drew Kendall out of Boston College. Quarterback Kyle McCord. I don't really see how he fits what they do up there, but all right. Sixth round offensive tackle Miles Hinton out of Michigan, solid pickup. Also in the sixth round, offensive tackle Cameron Williams out of Texas, another solid pickup. And the last pick in the sixth round, edge rusher Antoine Powell Rowland out of Virginia Tech. Um, I'm gonna give this draft a B plus A because they addressed a lot of needs that they needed to address, and they found the strongest motherfuckers they probably could draft for that offensive line. Um, yes, it's solid with the departures of certain players. Speaking of that, Tim, who left? What happened outside of the draft with the Eagles?
So some key departures for the Eagles, and dude, they got a lot of them. They lost some pieces. Edge rusher Bryce Huff, edge rusher Josh Sweat, cornerback C.J. Gardner Johnson, offensive lineman Mekhi Becton, cornerback Avante Maddox, defensive lineman Milton Williams, running back Kenneth Gainwell, and offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. Some key additions for the Eagles: offensive lineman Kenyon Green, edge rusher Josh Uche, running back A.J. Dillon, cornerback Adoree Jackson, and edge rusher Aziz Al-Alujari. Alujari, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Offensive lineman Matt Pryor and offensive lineman Kendall Lamb. Their new offensive coordinator is Kevin Patullo. Patullo, I don't know how to pronounce this motherfucker's last name. So Kevin, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. He was the Eagles pass game coordinator last year and their assistant head coach. Ryan, what do you make of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles for 2025, and what do you think their outlook is this season?
It's gonna be some hangover in that, man. They lost too much. They lost a lot. They got to make some trades to get back right. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I see them that they could probably they'll still be the Eagles, but wild card. They'll probably be like one of the top two, three wild card teams. So uh, still got AJ, still got Devontae. Um, Still got Jalen, obviously, but Jalen has to progress as a passer. I know we keep saying that the motherfucker won the Super Bowl, and like some of his deepest passes he made came in the fucking Super Bowl. So
Right.
throughout the whole fucking season, so great players show up in big time moments. So if they can build a camaraderie and then keep their culture alive, like I know they will, they'll be fine.
I'm still expecting Philly to be competitive. I'm still expecting them to be a good team. I'm not expecting them to go 14-3, and I'm not expecting them to win the NFC East. And I, I,
10-7, 10-7, 11-6.
I don't think they're gonna be that bad. But 12-6. I'm feeling more 12-6, and it's simply because they lost a lot of key pieces on that defense, especially these are players that made some huge plays in the Super Bowl. So I still think Philly's gonna be good. I'm hoping Saquon can stay healthy. After that contract they just gave him. I am expecting this deep. I don't think this defense is going to be as dominant as it was last year. I honestly think that they really feasted on Dallas not being that good, and they really feasted on the Giants not being that good.
NFC East not being that good.
Yeah,
I mean, they only had to worry about one team. They kicked their ass twice, three
right.
times.
Yeah. I remember, I forgot what show I was watching when they were saying that the Commanders could possibly beat the Eagles. I'm like, and this was in the playoffs. I'm like, bro, the Eagles are at home. It's cold as fuck. And Saquon is rolling right now. So I don't know where the fuck you getting this shit from. But
Hey
no,
man, pass that shit.
but no, I'm also expecting. I still think Saquon is going to have a good year. I don't expect him to be as dominant because with them getting, he was with Kevin Patullo coming in, he was the pass game coordinator last year. So I'm expecting AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. I'm expecting them to see a little more volume in 2025. But yeah, man, I'm not expecting a huge fall off from the Eagles. I still think they're going to be a great. I still think going to be a great team. I still think Jalen's going to be Jalen. And for Jalen, I think now he can play a little more free because he got that monkey off his back. Everybody talked about him not being able to do this, him not being able to do that, him not being a passer. You had analysts saying that, if he's going to be the QB of the QB of the future for the Eagles. I don't know if he's the QB for the Eagles and blah 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 blah. That motherfucker won a Super Bowl and won Super Bowl MVP and did that shit in style. So all you Jalen Hurts haters, you can shut the fuck up because he went out there in the Super Bowl and hurt your goddamn feelings. So I don't want to hear it no more. Y'all can say whatever you want about Jalen from here on out. He's a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP, and you can't take that from him. Boomer!
Soar!
So take that,
Texas, they don't suck. I mean, they suck, but they shit, nigga.
Yeah, go get in y'all ass. That's all right. Oh, we coming back. We gonna get in y'all ass this year. NCAA, hope y'all ready.
Hopefully, we have the right offensive coordinator.
There ain't no hopefully. I'm telling you, bro. I think we do. I know you trying to be optimistic, and I'm trying. I know last year I was trying to be optimistic. I'm telling you right now. I'm cocky about this shit. I can't wait.
Tim, I have no expectations. Tell you what, some of my questions are getting answered after the Michigan game.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. We gonna see, man. We about 2.5 months out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we gonna see, man. It should make for an interesting season.
Oh my God. Yes.
It's happening. But as always, man, we thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Tell us what you do, what you don't like. Just we take constructive criticism. We don't take bullshit. So don't be in the comments trying to go viral for your stupid ass fucking comments because I'm not gonna deal with it, and that motherfucker damn sure ain't gonna deal with it. So so just say keep the bullshit to yourself. But as always, Ryan, man, it's always a pleasure, and it's always lovely, taking a load off doing the podcast and trying to get through the dark days of the off season. So
shit, nigga, you better go ride a bike and get your jump shot going.
I'm working on that. Your boy playing. Your boy playing softball now. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna get me through all. That's gonna get me through all of July and halfway through August.
I'll bring some beer and watch the play. Fuck it, nigga.
Yeah, come on. We're gonna be playing that BMAX. So bring your ass on up.
Yes, sir.
As always, man. Until next week, Ryan. Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother.
All right, here we out.